Doctor trusted to help drug addicts stands accused of abusing his power to practice medicine. Good evening to you. Donna's off tonight. Federal, state, and local agents raided the doctor's office in North Tonawanda and his home in Clarence today. Dr. Matthew Bennett is accused of illegally selling powerful painkillers. Tonight, we're digging up new information about the doctor. News 4's Luke Moretti has new details on this investigation. Luke?
Yeah, Jackie, the family care provider from Clarence now finds himself in hot water with the feds. He faces up to 20 years in prison if convicted. Today, Dr. Matthew Bennett made his first court appearance hours after his arrest. Dr. Matthew Bennett leaves federal court without a comment only hours after he was arrested and his North Tonawanda office raided.
Dr. Bennett used his prescription pad much like a checkbook.
The 46-year-old Bennett is accused of unlawful distribution of a controlled substance. Federal agents and police searched his office in North Tonawanda and his home in Clarence.
The allegations are that Dr. Bennett would perform no medical examinations whatsoever for the people that he was giving these prescriptions to.
What's more, the government alleges that Bennett swapped prescription painkillers for things like a gas grill, toilet paper, and home services.
It doesn't make a difference if you're the dope dealer standing on the corner or a physician wearing a white jacket. If you're diverting legal pharmaceuticals to the illicit market, you're a dope dealer just the same.
Authorities also believe that Dr. Bennett is an associate of Dr. Praven Mehta, the Niagara Falls physician arrested last year on drug distribution charges. They say some patients transferred to Bennett after Mehta closed his office. But what about any staff?
I'm really not going to comment on that right now. I will confirm to you that some of the patients have gone over. We are in the process of interviewing all of his office staff right now.
The Dr. Bennett investigation began with information federal agents were receiving from local law enforcement.
That there were people out selling pharmaceuticals that were patients of Dr. Bennett. We believe they were getting pharmaceuticals from Dr. Bennett and turning around and selling them on the street illegally.
Authorities say Bennett also portrays himself as a holistic healer. Here's an internet video of him talking about alternative medicine.
They like to be able to have the option to choose between a pill and an herb.
Now, Dr. Bennett was released on a non-financial bond in order to surrender his passport. His travels are restricted to the Western New York area, and he will be subjected to periodic drug testing. Luke Moretti, News 4.
And as soon as we learned of the doctor's arrest, News 4 began pressing investigators for more information. Tonight, News 4 has obtained the complete criminal complaint against Dr. Bennett. News 4's Rachel Kingston is breaking down details of this report. Rachel?
Jackie, this says that on at least 6 different occasions since May of this year, Dr. Bennett prescribed controlled substances to undercover officers, always without a medical exam and in exchange for something he could use. According to the criminal complaint, an informant, a regular civilian, usually acted as the go-between. This person would bring the undercovers into Dr. Bennett's office, introduce them as new patients, and then actually tell Dr. Bennett what their supposed medical problems were, what drugs they needed, and in what dosages. So essentially, the informant dictated to Dr. Bennett what drugs he would give out and what the undercovers would give the doctor in return.
But in exchange for providing these prescriptions, would accept things like large quantities of paper towels, toilet paper, and most recently, a gas grill.
We are very, very serious about identifying and arresting anyone, including medical professionals, who are engaged in the illegal distribution of pharmaceuticals.
The negotiations between the informant, the undercovers, and the doctor, their barters, so to speak, were all recorded and are spelled out in the complaint.